If you're a local from Spring, Texas, you may have seen this cemetery on the side of the freeway while waiting on a red light. And I'm sure at one point you've asked yourself, I wonder who is buried there? What is the story behind it? How did it end up there? Or how old is it? I'm sure one of these questions is in the back of your mind. Or maybe another one I didn't mention. If you stick around, I'll tell you the story behind the Wunsche Family Cemetery in Spring, Texas.
So I'm in my car at the moment, and the cemetery that I need to go to is across the street. And today is a Saturday, really close to Houston. It's very busy, so I really need to watch out for this. I hate to get run over. It's gonna be interesting. Hopefully I don't die. That was pretty interesting.
Karl Wunsche and his wife Christina Wunsche were German immigrants from Saxony, Germany. They landed in Galveston around 1848 looking to start a new life and a place to work. Well, Galveston really wasn't their to-go spot. So Karl and his wife traveled north till they came across Camp Spring, which later became Spring, Texas in 1873. Karl ended up buying a lot of land and started farming to grow crops and whatever else. And let's just say he was very successful. They end up having, I think, 6 or 7 kids. Having that many kids back then was good for that time period. The more help, the better. Later down the road, the Wunsche family started a lumber mill business, and of course with that, Karl was once again very successful. Sometime in 1901, Karl and his 4 sons, Frank, Charlie, William, Otto, end up building a saloon and a hotel out of the wood they had from their sawmill. The reason they built it? The small town was built around the train tracks. The town was sort of booming, so they figured that people would stop by and grab a bite and rest upstairs in the hotel. Again, you guessed it, another successful business. By the way, that saloon and hotel is still standing and operating to this day. It is now called Wunsche Bros Cafe and Saloon. It is now a restaurant, and it is still a very popular place to eat in Spring, Texas. Another spot I like to mention is the Karl Wunsche Senior High School. This used to be a middle school and was the very first middle school ISD in Spring, Texas. The middle school was later replaced by a high school and named Karl Wunsche Senior High School, after of course Karl Wunsche Sr. I believe the Wunsche family donated this land the school is on sometime in the 1960s if I'm correct. Back on May 6, 1927, Olena A. Wunsche was on a date with her boyfriend and he was taking her home. They were accosted and murdered, and both of their bodies were found in 2 different places. The crime was never solved, and it will never be. No one can figure out what happened or who did it. Sadly, Olena was only 21 years old. For her boyfriend, I have no idea how old he was or what his name was. Another interesting thing about the Wunsche Cemetery is that Jolene O. Wunsche is the most recent and last person to be buried here, due to construction on the freeway and the interstate in the 60s and the 70s. And the final bit of interesting information about this cemetery is the area used to be the Wunsche family homestead back in the day, meaning their home was close by the cemetery. I'm not sure if the family had to go through any process to keep this land protected or what. My guess is that I'm sure they did, so they could keep it where it is today. And now you see the interstate and the freeway with thousands of cars passing by the cemetery on a daily basis. If you're wondering how the rest of the family died from or what, my guess is old age, disease, or it was just their time to go. I forgot to mention this. The 3 damaged tombs you're seeing in this clip, one of them is Carl and his wife Christina. Not sure who is who, as I didn't see any headstones. But from other videos I've watched, they've pointed them out as being Carl and Christina. And for the 3rd tomb, I have no clue. Please leave me a comment down below if you know. I don't know how well you can hear me right now, but right behind me is the interstate that you can hear. The freeway is pretty much right in front of me. So this cemetery is nestled in between the interstate and the freeway here in Spring, Texas. And the fact that we're in summer right now, it is completely overgrown and it's hard to get around some of these places. I hope you can hear me, because it's just so loud out here. So you guys seen the cemetery behind me. Now I got to get back across the road, which is going to be an interesting task. Again. It's a pretty dangerous thing to do, to be honest, but keep your eyes open. You never know what could happen. If you found this video interesting, I have another one that's very similar to this one, and I will post it at the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, as more content like this is coming out soon. And have a great day.